Good morning, happy Easter Monday if you are celebrating. In a lot of cultures this does matter, but it's really just another day for us. People keep joking that during our COVID time is like a living Groundhog Day. Today's yoga wisdom reading is your reaction to others teaches you about yourself. What we often find problematic in others are the qualities and habits we dislike in ourselves. Witnessing a particular behavior in someone can hold up a mirror to our own behavior. And because we wish we didn't possess that habit or act in that way, we feel annoyed if another person does. That reveals it to us and that upsets us. But if we shift our thinking about this issue, we can use our own reactions to others as a way to learn about ourselves. Notice your reactions to those to you today. Ask yourself, where is this in me? And you may gain insights into yourself. And I was thinking about that exact same thing yesterday about what is it that when my son doesn't agree with me or there's confrontation, what is it that's bothering me about it? And it reminds me, my mother would always say, she didn't like that I was like her. When I got angry or agitated, I think it reflected back on her how she was feeling. The only difference was an adult has had a lifetime to gain the rules on how to control themselves. A child is like a stripped back bear or a senior citizen. Maybe you have a mom in a care home and they often reflect our true self without all the social filters we've taken a lifetime to learn. I'm going to do a little bit of work on the floor today, almost like our traditional things, but then I also want to do a longer guided meditation on the floor. We've had some requests for that. A lot of people, it's helpful to their anxiety or if they really want to get into their bodies. At this time, there are so many things pulling our attention in many different directions, and it's easy to get caught up in the what I should be doing. I personally am guilty of this. I make a list every day to try to give myself some concrete structure to this wide open time, and I make them small, attainable things so that if I don't get them done, it's okay. In the same token, if I do little things, I get to cross them off and feel like I've accomplished something. I do read over and over and over that I need to stop worrying about making this time count in terms of action or quantity of things. We should make it count in terms of how we're analyzing our lives and what can we take out of this time away that we want to continue in our regular lives. That I should do. But don't beat yourself up if you don't get a lot of really big things done. You don't have to write your memoirs. There is a lot of house paint being sold, but you don't have to get these big jobs done. However, having said that, it is a gift of time, and if there's things that have been nagging you to get done, like house painting, lots of companies I know do offer home delivery of the paint, and it does give you a chance to have something fulfilling happen in a vacuum of time that we didn't plan for. Let's start sitting up nice and straight. I'll switch my seated seat or Sukhasana to my non-dominant leg in front. I'm going to take a big breath in, again thinking of the spine as long and tall. It's the tree. Lengthen up the body. I feel my chest naturally want to rise, taking the slump away. Maybe pull your shoulders back, elbows hug in, elbows dangle. Sit up nice and straight. Sometimes I'll even sit back in this pose and it feels foreign in my body because this is actually good posture, but I'm used to slumping forward. So you want to find that happy space between your habits, your samskaras, and how we should be sitting. I think of my sits bones as my tripod, which my spine is sitting on. So sits bones, tailbone, there's the tripod base, spine in the center, core holding me up. The more I can lean back, but still straight up and down, great. And if you can do it in front of a mirror, I'm going to look over at a mirror beside me and notice that I have really good posture. It feels foreign. From here, I can do a little cat-cow, spinal flexion and extension. So I'm going to press the chest forward, shoulders back, and then hollow it out. Lean back, holding your knees as almost like a handle. Chest forward and back. Find that movement, cat-cow. Now, you can do it more isolated, palms on the floor, chest forward and back, all muscular engagement. But I like to kind of exaggerate it in my first cat-cow. Almost like we do when we're on all fours in quadruped. I'm not going to do a tiny spinal twist. Oh, that feels really good. Yesterday I didn't do any yoga. And twist the other direction. Back to center. And let's switch legs. We'll do a tiny arc because I know this really does help my lower back. Left palm to the floor, right arm up, reach and answer the question. Lengthen from that right sits bone. I feel all this tissue and muscles up my right side ribs lengthen. Up until I can't go any higher. I'm gonna arc first on a diagonal without arching. So reach out through that right hand. Instantly I feel another muscle responding. I'm gonna take it deeper into my ballet stretch. So I'm gonna slide the left arm out. My bum cheek stays down. How deep can I arc without tipping that right side? You can turn and look at the ceiling under your right bicep and then come back up. And we're gonna switch. This is really helpful if you know you're gonna be sitting all day. Right palm down, left arm up, answer the question. Lengthen, my hand is turned on, Hasta Bandha. Lengthen, engage the core, lengthen. And I'm gonna arc on a little on a diagonal without bending my right arm. I can only go so far here because of my anatomy. So I'm gonna bend the right elbow and arc a little deeper. Oh. How sideways can we go? Look up at the ceiling under the left bicep. Notice any twinges. I'm feeling it on my right side upper back. And come on out. I'm gonna take my legs out and do the same spinal twist. Lengthening. Right leg in, left leg out, arms in the sky, reach up. Look up at your imaginary ball, lengthen. It's killing my legs, so I'm gonna dial it back. And now right arm up, first lengthen, and then arc. Roll the shoulder back, you're gonna open that upper chest. Option here to take the hand to the base of your neck and open that elbow to the ceiling, look up. Once more, I'm feeling this happening in the ribs. I'm gonna call it my rib meat or my rib corset up the right side of the body. And then right hand down, left arm up, answer the question, arc, and then back to the center. Switch it out, roll out your ankles. Right leg out, left leg in. Sitting up nice and straight. Let's take right arm, actually arms to the sky, reach up, lengthen. Right arm drops, lengthen. Slowly, first I'm gonna go on a diagonal, and then I might arc. The side is much tighter. Look at your up under the arm to the ceiling, and come on out, and roll it out. So, I'm gonna take you on your back now. This is where I call the magic. I enjoy the work on the floor the best in terms of helping my lower back. And again, you could do it on your bed, but I don't think the firmness of the mattress or the lack of firmness helps. So I'm gonna bring my back all the way down, palms by your side. Let's just gently rock side to side without widening the legs. I wanna come out of our habits. And doing this windshield wiper in a tight, confined way feels completely different. I'm actually not feeling a lot of action. If I want to go deeper, I'm going to walk my feet wide and drop knees really wide to the right and then really wide to the left. My first initial windshield wiper, I'm noticing tightness in my hip flexors. That's from sitting a lot and also work in the kitchen standing. I might take my arms to a T, palms turned up, and make this bigger. I might linger 2 breaths on one side. So now my knees are to the right, my head is to the left. And then slowly take knees to center, knees to the left, head looks to the right. I'm gonna do that a few more times. Now, when I first started practicing yoga, often you would see people take a foot to the knee to deepen it. I don't love it in the hip or the knee, so you do what feels better in your knee. Knees are to the right, head is to the left. You could come into bend to the elbow and cactus. And one last time, knees to the left, head to the right. Back to center, and I'm gonna walk my bum really close to my heels. Constructive rest, bring the thighs close together. I'm gonna, even my toes are touching, engage the core, press the back down for a moment, and then release. Engage the core, press the lower back down, and then release. And you're gonna do this a couple times. You're engaging the diaphragm and the core and the abdomen, pressing it down, which facilitates tucking your tail, and then release. Let's do an exaggerated cat-cow here. So for my cow, big curve in the lower back. I can stick my hands under. Engage the core, tuck the tail, cat. Cow, cat. You're going to do that a few times. And then coming to neutral. I'm going to bring left leg to chest, then right, hands on knees, rocking side to side, or circles. Now I want to take this hands down the shins, double leg wind relieving pose, pulling the thighs in as deep as it feels good into your belly. I'm going to take my knees all the way to the floor on the left. Let's throw alignment to the wind today. Right arm releases, palms turned up. Instantly I look at my knees. They slip from being stacked to kind of on an angle. One's slightly in more than the other. That demonstrates what's happening in my right hip. Right arm to a T, palm turned up. Turn and look to that right hand. Spread the nails and anchor them into the floor. While you're waiting for that letting go sensation, where your body's accepted this pose, which ultimately could be a couple minutes, I want you to check into the places in the body that don't want to accept the pose, that are not letting go. Look for the surrender and the pieces that do not surrender along the way. And then bring your knees back to center, little boat or circles. Now we're going to take our knees to the right, double leg spinal twist. Left shoulder lands. I'm going to take my arm to a T. Look at my knees. I notice they're off, they're not stacked. So again, that's telling me tightness in the left hip. Turn and look to that left hand. You can chill here for a few breaths. And you're noticing that sensation of refusing to surrender again on this side. I take my brain zeroing in on those areas refusing to surrender, and that's where my message is today. What did I do a lot of, not the middle road, so too much or not enough of, yesterday? Back to center, little boat or circles. Next version, right leg in, left leg extends. I'm going to start soft and relaxed. This feels really good in my hip. Not everybody enjoys this in the knee. And you know the alternative is to come behind the thigh instead of on the shin if it feels better. Let's take 3 breaths here. And instead of trying to find the muscular effort, find the least amount of effort in this single leg wind relieving pose. I use this often to release my back, and it's intended for digestive health too. One more breath. Left hand takes right knee over. Single leg spinal twist. You can turn and look your head to the right, keeping that right shoulder glued down. You might have the right foot landing on the leg. You might try to bring it to the floor. You might flex and keep it bent at a right angle. 2 different versions, all the same pose. And then back to center. Thighs to chest, little boat or circles. Left leg in, right leg extends. Soft and relaxed, so it might be bent, it might be straight, it might be flexed. And move more into the center of your camera. Your choice, flexed and intense, pointed or relaxed. Let's take 3 breaths here. Use your breath to let yourself soften or deepen into this pose. And in this moment, as you're focusing on the sensations in your body and the feeling of your breath, all that's going on in your world or not going on in your world falls away. Maybe visualize when a peony or a rose opens and those outer leaf petals fall away. And slowly the inner sweet petals fall open until we find the center. Right hand takes left knee over, single leg spinal twist. So I'm either touching on the right thigh, dangling, flexed. Some of you might have a bolster under your knee. Left shoulder heavy, and I'm going to turn and look to that left hand. Enjoy the sensation. Or again, use a bolster if this is hurting your left hip. You're going too far.
And as my teacher always says, I'm looking for that sweet spot of effortless ease. Back to center, thighs to chest, little boat. Let's take our hands on our knees, wide leg, prepping, well, initially we're just stretching our inner thighs and our hips, so you might stay here. That same visualization of all the petals falling away from the center, that's what I'm using. Gravity stretching open inner thighs, all the layers of tension that get balled up in the center of our body, especially if you sleep in a fetal position. Then I'm going to come into wide double leg wind relieving pose, grabbing on my ankles, pulling the thighs into my side body, and then coming into the setup for happy baby. So it might look like this. You might see it like this. It's kind of rude. So let's come back to setup, which I could spend forever in, or coming into full happy baby. Stillness or rocking side to side. I immediately feel a tension in my dominant hips, so I'm going to respect that or massage it. My body's telling me I didn't do enough yoga this weekend at all, actually. I did a lot of kitchen yoga / cooking. Soles of the feet together, bind the hands around the blades if you can reach. Pausing here with straight arms or gently attempt to pull the feet towards you a little. Just nudge the toe the line, as I say. And each time we shift our body into a shape, can you go inside and notice the sensations as your breath, if you focus on your breath, quite often you can soften to a little bit deeper or another level of that shape. And then let's release our feet to the mat, soles together, hands can rest on your belly or bend to the elbow in cactus. Now I think of the core as the center of that rose, that flower, and everything falling away as you let go of tension. Close your knees, thighs to chest, little boat or circles. And let's do a quick shoelace pose. Right over left, cross at the knees, pull the knees into your belly. Don't have to go very hard. Instantly I notice my right glute. Option to try to walk further down your legs. We haven't done much hip work, so you may feel this in that right side of your body, especially if it's your dominant leg. Shake it in the air and switch left over right. Line up the knees, so hands are on opposite knees or shins, or you're holding opposite feet flexed. We want to keep the shoulders squared off, the hips squared off. So the torso is glued to the floor, not a lot is happening there. 2 more breaths here. And then release, shake it out. Here's the place where I would like you to stay lying down. I'm going to rise up and do a reading, another relaxation. It's Monday, I don't want you to work hard, so I'm going to come up and do this guided relaxation for you. You're going to stay lying down in Shavasana. Grab a blanket if you like, pause, maybe even get a pillow. And this one, I'm trying to find guided meditations on gratitude, hopefulness, but I'm really having a hard time with that. The buzzword right now in the meditation world is gratitude. So of course I have lots of those. Let's do it. So this came from a website called challengetochill.org. Pretty sure they have more on there. Gratitude meditation. And a script sometimes helps me use calmer words and not insert my own stories. You can build your resilience muscle through gratitude in this meditation. Take some time to place yourself in a comfortable position. Take a few deep breaths and let your chest rise and fall with each inhalation and exhalation. Maybe do that for at least 3 noticeable breaths. Counting the breath helps some people. Let your eyes drift close, shutting out more and more of the distraction or stimuli in your space. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply,
let your attention rest gently on your breath. Notice the quality of it when you started. Was it labored? Or were you able to breathe in and out of your nose, slow, and find almost a rhythm? Feeling the movement as it enters your body and feeling the movement as it exits your body. Each time you exhale, let go of any tension. Check in with your hands. Are they open and relaxed? The fingers gently fall outwards. Are the eyelids softly closed? Separate your teeth, maybe even smile, noticing if the jaws were clenched. Subconsciously, this happens. Notice your shoulders. Can you let them both fall openly? Think of how open our shoulders are when we do cactus. Notice any tension in your back and place some pillows or folded blankets there if the tension continues. Notice your legs, heavy and relaxed. Especially checking in with your ankles. Are they flopping outwards or is there tension? On your next exhale, feel that movement as the breath then comes back in on the inhale. Letting go, continue more tension. Each inhale, exhale. Relax your face, your shoulders, your belly, your legs. Heavy and relaxed. On your next exhale, settle your attention to this place around the heart. Maybe think of a soft, warm green glow, or heart chakra, or pink if that's easier to visualize. Think of the soft glow around a Christmas light, around a light on the highway at night, this soft haze or glow emanating around it. Focus on feelings of love, compassion, forgiveness, each of these heavy in itself. So maybe choose one of those words. Maybe see it as a neon light word, forgiveness. And that idea we spoke earlier of the layers of letting go around the center. The tight flower petals falling open as the sun opens the flower in the spring. That clenching, unclenching, and opening. With your attention on your heart center, bring to mind something or someone that you are grateful for. Make it very simple. We all have a lot. As you continue with this easy, relaxed breathing, perhaps you feel gratitude for being home, alive, and healthy. Perhaps you are grateful for the abundance of nature that produced all the food that's in your home that nourishes your body. Or the beautiful scenery that's been nourishing your soul outside your home. It's a beautiful time of year as we become more and more familiar with the things as they grow open, revealing themselves to us. Bring your attention to the people who truly nourish you. If you are in isolation and alone right now, think about all the people that are still in your life, just not physically beside you. You're part of this intricate web. Think about the people who nourish your life and how they bless you with your presence, even if at this point it's on the phone and not in person. And then come back to feeling gratitude. So you're coming deeper inside, gratitude for your own life and a gift you've been blessed with. Immediately think of your skill set or a brag. Coming deeper inside, think of that round heart center. Now bring your attention to how this gratitude feels in that soft, warm, glowing area around your heart. Can you visualize or think about the heat that would be building in that area and how it would be glowing or radiating outwards? With each inhale, you feel the glow or grow go outwards, expand and grow bigger. Expanding to fill your chest. This heat or warmth is pulsing, glowing, bigger, brighter, bigger circle. It's expanding to fill your chest. This heat or warmth is now filling your arms. Maybe you open your palms a little wider. The heat spreads down your legs, to your feet, your toes. And with each inhale, the feeling continues to fill you up. Starting in the center, expanding outwards. Stay with this feeling a few more breaths. Feeling the warmth, heat spreading, softening, relaxing, letting any tension left in your heart, any tension in the muscles of your belly, your lower back, your palms, soft and relaxed. And now, even as you return your attention now back to your breath, think about the lungs and the rib cage that house that breath and produce this magic air that helps your whole body carry out every function. Let your body remember these sensations and warmth of gratitude. And coming back to that same rhythmic, mechanical feeling of our breathing in and out through our nose. As the muscles of your body have relaxed around this cage, hopefully it's a lot easier to breathe. The inhale and exhale fly into your body, flowing in more smoothly, more freely, and you're not even having to ask yourself to come up with a pattern. Very slowly start to blink your eyes, coming to open attention. Feel the heavy softness of your body. Smile once more to yourself, and you can choose to stay lying down in corpse pose or shavasana, or join me as I read a wisdom card today, just to give you something else to think about. Let's see. Today is good for our isolation. Enhance your physical health. It's a very almost Aboriginal picture of a woman. Today's lesson, think about how you view yourself as a physical being. Do you perceive yourself as weak or strong? Do you tend to make excuses why you're not proactive in your own healing? When you see what you can and should be done, your goal is to initiate one positive action in your life to enhance your physical health. And something you might want to think about, I've noticed that a lot of articles have shifted from mental self-care during this time to what can I do to build my own my immune system. Shifting my thought from getting caught this virus from someone else to what can I do to protect my body, assuming I'm exposed to it, or because you're in your home. And definitely let me know if you want more information on that. I really swear by using a lot of boiled ginger and lemon, honey and water during this time when I do feel any shifts in my energy, or if I feel like I'm going to get a cold or a sore throat. The good in me sees the good in you. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.